Hello everybody, Cindy here with Dare to be Artsy. I hope you guys are joining us tonight. So we try and come on here in our YouTube, Dare to be Artsy YouTube site every Monday night, 7:30 Central. You can always go back and watch all of the replays listed in the live section. And there are some, not just the live section, but also just videos. You can go back and watch some of those videos as well. So let me know if you guys are watching. Hello, Becky, Sandy. Hi there. Can you guys hear me okay? We're very excited about this new die. Just arrived this past week. So we're excited to share it with you guys. If you're in the area, we're going to be doing a class, a Christmas class. It's in our classes section in the website. So if you're local, you can come do a class and we'll walk through this die as well as and a couple other fun cards and stuff. So, all right, awesome. Glad you guys are with us. So, again, this is the new die. It's called Pull and Reveal Gift Card Holder Die. It's got great instructions on the inside. This is the card that I did on here. So what's fun about this, so it just starts out like this, standard gift card size. You're going to pull this and you can attach your gift card here, or you can attach it below, or you can put your sentiment on here. So I just love the way this works. You could also do it sideways if you wanted to. The die has, this piece here is like a tag shape, so it's got this fun edge, and it's got the hole punched in it for a ribbon. You can, if you want to, use this piece on both ends, so you have kind of two ribbons coming out, just to make it a little bit different if you're going to do it horizontal. Oh good, Pamela was in today and she's been playing with it, so awesome. We would love to see what you're making, so share it in the Artsy community. I love to see what you guys are making. Again, the die is really great. Let me open this one up. It's got really good instructions on it. And if you're local and you shop in here, the dies are 10% off when you walk in the door. So it'll give you all the different pieces. Those are the pieces that come in the die. And I put a QR code on the back as well, so you can watch another kind of a quick video that I did on it, but it's much more fun to do it in person. So, and then you open it up and it's kind of small print, but it's got all the directions. If you follow in a row, it should make sense. It's got some little images here, little diagrams that you follow along. And so I had a friend come in and kind of walk through, and she's not used to doing a lot of this kind of die, and she was able to follow along. So that's always my test. It's like, okay, I hope it makes sense, but it seemed to work. Plus you've got the video to fall back on as well. So, all right, let's jump in and get started. I also have some other fun little dies that I'm going to share with you along the way, but let's jump in and start playing with this one first. Okay. All right, so one thing I was going to show you when you're making this die, I think it's best to use a fairly heavy cardstock. Like if you have 100-pound, that's great. 80-pound is fine, but you just want it to be really a sturdy base because of what we have to do. We have to wrap a piece around it. Also, I'm going to show you how to die cut this on a standard size plate. This is on 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So it's right at the 8.5 wide. And I taped this down, and just as long as it's not showing on the ends, you're going to be good to go. But let me show you, again, on your plate. If you have a standard size plate, it's going to be kind of tight because sometimes your plates might have a little kind of a shorter, like, I don't know what to say. It's like it angles down a little bit here. And so if you put it right on there, you might not get a really good cut. So what I like to do, again, I have an extended plate, but I wanted to show you guys if you don't have an extended plate. Also, I like to put things in at an angle. I think you get a better cut. Also, it protects your roller. If it goes in straight all the time, you kind of hear that kerchunk sound, and eventually you might get a ridge in your roller. So I also like to go in at a slight angle. So again, if you have a standard plate, no big deal, because I'm just going to go through this. And I'm just not going to go all the way. I'm going to come back through. Because I taped that on, now I can go ahead and slide this down or turn it around because it's not moving, and then get the other half. So again, you do not need an extended plate for this. Before I untape it, I'm just going to make sure that it cut all the way to the edge. So here, see, I was right on the edge, so it didn't cut quite all the way. Good thing I did not take this off yet. So the die is, the die will cut. It's just if you have it on the edge of your plate, then it might miss it. So just to play it safe. Again, if you have an extended plate, no big deal. It's going to be fine. But otherwise, it's kind of tight. Also, you want to make sure you see the score line. So you have a score line here, here, and here. You're going to see these little indents. That's important. So that is the base of our die. I've already cut everything else out. So I just wanted to give you a few tips on that and make sure you knew that you did not need an extended plate. Okay, so you're gonna then have the score lines. They're just gonna fold like this. And you can use your bone folder just to give it a good clean fold. We're using the teal. So again, you've got your fold here. If you want to just varnish it down a little bit. And then this one. And this one. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to show you the diagram. So when you follow along here, it's going to show you your little panel on the left and those little indents on the right. So I'm going to lay this down just like the diagram, just like that. We're going to build the base and we're going to follow along on here. So you're going to notice this kind of clear piece. This is the plastic that you're going to need. For that, I think it's going to be easier to show you on here. When this is pulled out, there is a piece of plastic here. That's kind of what makes this work. So what I like to use is a freezer bag, and I just had it out. Where did it go? Okay, here it is. All right, a freezer bag is going to be a lot sturdier than just a plain plastic bag, so I like to use this. Also, if you had a small one, you're going to have a seam in it. I like the bigger ones because when I cut this piece out, on the edges, there's a little ridge, and there's a little ridge on this side. You really don't want this to try and spin and jump around that ridge. So you want a long piece of plastic that does not have a seam. So I'm just going to cut this right at the seam. Then I've got this I can use a little bit later. I'll just keep that in with my die. So, and when I do this, it's about an inch. You need about an inch wide because it's going to fit in here. So I already cut that at an inch, and I just used my paper cutter. Let me show you how easy it is. Depending on my paper cutters needs probably a new blade, but if you just drop it in here at an inch, just make sure it's straight. And okay, am I straight? There we go. a hair shy of an inch is okay, just don't go over. So you're probably going to need to go back and forth a couple times, and I'm going to push that and just pull this apart and make sure it cuts. That cut just perfectly. So now I've got this ready to go for the next one as well. So again, it's just a stronger piece of plastic. So again, I like the freezer piece. Okay, now let's come back over here. You're going to want some score tape. So like red line tape or double-sided tape, the score line, like a score line tape, is going to be stronger. So this is going to wrap around, and I'm going to put a piece of score tape on here, and okay. So just rip some of this off. Okay. And then so yeah, Pamela said she ended up using a rotary cutter. You could, if your cutter isn't going to work, you can take put your plastic bag in your something to measure it and do a Sharpie line all the way down, and then just use scissors if you have to. But the cutter will make it a little straighter. So, all right, then I'm going to peel this up. Okay, make sure it sticks down. Come on. Okay, you don't want this too tight. So I'm going to come around here. Okay. You just want to you want to make sure it's going to move. So just don't really go really tight with it. But tight enough. Okay. I'm going to keep this up at the top, and I'm going to find my scissors and cut this off. Cut the extra off. All right. Now you're going to have all these different pieces. You've got one cut out with the tag up here, and then you have a die. You have this one that's just a rectangle, and I cut a solid and a pattern piece for that. The solid piece can be what you add to, make as your cover. So you can kind of play with those. But for now, we've got this on here. The other thing I want you to do is, while you have your score tape out, I'm going to put it on this little strip here. While this is still in this direction, I'm going to cut this. And line this up here. Okay, so that piece, I'm not going to peel this off yet. Don't undo this yet. I just want you to have everything in the right position. Okay, now the part that you're going to now attach is, while this is facing this way, this is actually going to be my cover piece. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping on one of our pieces. We're going to add something to this white piece, and it's going to be on this yellow stripe. So just so I remember where my cover is, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here now. This is going to be the cover of my gift card holder. So it seems a little backwards, but let's go ahead and attach this now. I just think it's easier so that I remember, so I kind of can keep an eye on where everything is. So this is where my cover is going to be. Okay, then we're going to have, on ours, we're going to have a piece that comes down, and it's going to have, you get this fun little scallopy edge too. So this is a piece that's going to come down when you pull it down, and that I'm going to leave it blank. You could, let me fold this back up so you can see. You can put a sentiment on there. This is also a little sneak peek of our next Stamp of the Month Club stamp set. So if you're not part of the clubhouse, join now, because on November 10th, this new stamp set ships, and it's really fun. This is just a sneak peek. But again, I'm going to leave mine blank, so you can just write a sentiment there. You could, put in any message on there, whatever. But so this is the piece we're doing next. And I'm just going to layer this on here. And this is going to be the pull down piece. Now, just FYI, on this piece, I would not do something that's going to have a ridge here, because when you open and shut it, let me show you. When you open and shut, it could snag on here. Like if this was raised, like if just one little word was raised on there, it might snag on that piece. So keep this as smooth as possible. Like I wouldn't pop up a bunch of stuff. This is not going to matter on ours because it's all the way to the bottom. So we're going to be fine for that. Okay, my color has the front and back because I put the cover on the back to start with. Putting the mat down at this step is a good idea. Okay. All right. So again, Pamela said, putting the mat down at this point, again, if you follow the directions, it's going to kind of help you know where things go. All right. This piece in the instructions, this is piece number, her letter H. So here's the piece that's going to pull down. It says back of the state of the sentiment panel. So this part that's showing is the back of the panel. That means I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it over. This is the back of that piece. This now attaches to here. So again, read the instructions before you do it. You may even want to start your first one kind of with scrap paper and then even write notes on here. Like I did, when I did this one, I wrote back. I put a smiley face there. I kind of make notes and don't totally seal it, so then you can later pull it apart and remind yourself how to do it next time. So again, okay. So this is the back. This is up here at the top. So I'm going to now put another piece of score tape right over that piece. So that's going to go right on the top. Don't let it extend. See how it extends? Don't let it extend there. You do not want that to stick down there. Okay. Rub it down really good. Now peel that off. Okay. Now, remember, there's the front. I'm flipping it over and going to attach it right here. The width of this, it's a little bit shy of the whole panel. So this piece, I'm actually going to go slightly to the right, like right along that edge. So I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to go right here. So I'm going close to the bottom, but right at the top of that plastic. And just make sure when you shut this that you're not over that fold line. So I'm going kind of right up against that edge. Okay. So let's write on here. Whoops. Back. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to flip the whole thing over, flipping it over. Now my plastic is over here. When you're looking at your instructions, I flip it over, and that plastic is now on the left side, right there. That's I. See the little yellow mark there? That is the score tape. So now we're going to put another piece of score tape right here. Okay. It's going right at the bottom. If you follow your diagram. Okay. All right, now this piece, this is our little gift card holder. Now, this is a pattern on the back of it. If you turn your card over and this is pulled out, you're going to see that. I'm not going to worry about it today. I could cut 2 of these out if I wanted to, and just to cover the back of that, I'm not going to worry about it. So it's going to be this piece, or you can use a solid so you don't see the back. I probably should just die cut another one of those. Do I have it handy? I kind of think I should. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut an extra piece of cardstock. I'm just going to do white. I just grabbed some scrap here. Okay. Not necessary, but I guess if you flip this over, you don't really want to see the back of that paper. So let's just do that. So here's the die with the tag. I'm going to go ahead, just take a piece of scrap. There we go. Again, not totally necessary, but we'll do it. So we're just going to line this up. Make sure you... I think the key to this, by layering this, just make sure you're right up against that edge so it's nicely sealed. Okay. That's going to be a little cleaner look from the back. You'll just see the white. Could put a fun color there too, but okay. Okay, again, now we're looking at this. This is on the left. Here's your little picture, gift card here. So when I say gift card there, I'm doing this so my gift card is going to sit on top of that, and then you take it off and you just have this fun print. So when you pull it up, you're going to see the presents. You'll have your gift card right here. So with that being said, this is going to attach to the bottom just like that. So let's peel this off. I'm going to line this at the bottom. Again, I would position this further to the left, not, because you don't want it across that seam. So that gives me this extra teeny little edge right here. Okay. Now this is the fun part. We're going to fold it up. And so in your instructions, fold panel J into the center. So we're going to take this and fold it in. And then we're going to pull off this piece. Here's your score tape that's already been on there. I'm going to peel this off. Now I'm going to fold this panel all the way over. This is the key part. This is the tricky part. This back piece, if I just went and closed it, then that sticky is going to be on here. I don't want it on there. I want it to tuck in around it so it wraps around that. You see how I did that? You're wrapping it around that piece and sticking it to the cover. Okay, then voila. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So it's now attached. Let me show you again on this one, just again how you did that. So when this is down, this edge is going to tuck in around that piece and attach. That will allow this to go up and down. Okay, let's finish this piece. That is so cute. Again, your gift card then is going to attach right to there. I love that. We're going to add a little ribbon, but I wanted to finish this piece, and we're going to use another one of our fun new dies. And let me show you all this fun stuff. Okay, we have here some new mini dies. And all my little scraps for you. Okay, fun new dies. I designed the thank you and the congrats to fit on this gift card. We also have this cute little butterfly and this fun cupcake. So we're decorating the front of ours with the cupcake. And what's really fun, well, first I'm going to stamp happy birthday on here. So we're going to do that. And I'm using my Simply Birthday stamp set. I love this because you can mix fonts. I love, you know, the cursive and the sans serif fonts mixed together. So we're going to stamp this and then we're going to decorate the front of our card. So I have, this is the piece that we're going to attach to that to decorate the front. And I've already pulled out little happy and a big birthday. And I'm going to do birthday in teal. I like things, well, I think we can go straight with that. Okay, I'm going to do these different colors. We're going to use our Paradise Teal. Love that. All right. Then we're going to take that off. And then I'm going to use Happy. Kind of tuck that in there. Could even go a little wonky. I think I like wonky. Okay. I'm going to do this one in the black. There we go. Okay. It just got black on there, but we'll have to cover it with our cupcake. Okay, let's clean my fingers so I don't get any more extra ink on here. All right. There we go. Okay, so now all of the, look at these fun pieces. The die, what's kind of fun about this die, it's one piece so you're not going to lose it. You could just take this and start cutting a bunch of different pieces. Look how fun this is. Look at all those fun pieces that you can mix and make different cupcakes with. I've got a couple here that I already did. Look at these. I mean, I haven't even made a card with these yet because they're just so fun like they are. So there's fun little cupcakes. We're going to go ahead and build ours. So let's, thought this gold piece was fun. So I'm going to do a little ledge here with a little yellow cake. Okay, this piece on here. It's kind of nice. I don't know if you can see, it's got some little score lines in there. You can, if you want to, take along one of those score lines or a couple of the score lines and cut a little slit so we can tuck in a candle, or you can just attach it to the outside, which is fine too, just as an option. So you can tuck this in. That's cute. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little dab of glue behind there. And then right along this edge, that that is going to glue to there. Okay. And then we've got, I've cut these little pieces out. Let's go ahead and add another candle. We'll go ahead and put 3 candles on here. These are little pieces. And a fun stripe one. Okay, let's see where this is going to fall. It's going to work. I think that's going to be cute, right like that. You could pop that up, but I don't think it needs it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. That. And then we have our teeny little flames. And snip that off. So I do have this new tool. I don't know if you guys have used this or not. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to use this to pick this up. I have a couple of these in my store. And put that right on there. And this has to be flipped the other direction. We have something this small. This is kind of handy. And one more. Uh-oh. It's stuck to there. That didn't work. Okay. More than one way to do this. There we go. Fun, fun, fun. All right, we have these different hearts in there too. You can add a little heart to the front. I don't know that it needs it. You could put a little heart on here. I kind of don't think it needs it. So let's just do this. What a fun card. There we go. And then we'll add our ribbon, and you've got this great little place to put a sentiment. You could put your gift card here. You could leave the presents open, you know, just that graphic of the presents here, and put your gift card down here too. So I guess that's also an option. So many ways to do that. And aren't these fun? So this is your cupcake. Let me show you a couple of these other pieces. I'm just keeping all these together, so next time I go to make a fun birthday card, I have all these cupcakes ready to go. And these are only, this little mini die, these are only $6.99. These little minis. Those cute. So let me show you a couple other fun things. With this, we have, look how we did the congrats. And then there's the, here's the thank you. Wouldn't go on there, but anyway, I love that little thank you. So easily make this a little thank you card. Or you can just use these on a regular card as well. And then the butterfly is really fun. Look at all these fun butterflies. All the pieces. Look at this. This one I cut out of just colored paper that, let's see, what do I want to put that on? I think that'll be kind of pretty. So I just used some watercolor paper and distressed the back and then cut these pieces out of here. Let's see. Or here's a, could do the black. So take the time to, that's kind of cool too. Just the black on there. I wasn't going to bother pulling all these apart, but play with the different patterns. Ooh, look at this. Isn't that cute? The black on there. So again, I think these are going to be really fun butterflies to mix and match. And then you have your little centerpieces that are going to go on there. So just lots of fun new dies. Here's the one. Here's one I did with the purple. So you can make this a card, you know, little, use these two together and have the little butterfly card going. So I just wanted to share those fun things with you guys. This is all, should be all in our What's New section. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this gift card holder. Again, use a heavier stock because that opens really smooth with that heavy cardstock. That's awesome. All right, that is it for today. I hope you guys had fun with that. Look at all this fun stuff. I'm just going to sit and make butterflies all night. So yeah, let's turn this back around. If you have any questions, let me know. They are on the website now, so feel free to jump on and get that. The only thing that's not on the website is that fun stamp set, which will be the middle of November, because we ship on the 10th to our Stamp of the Month Club. They get it first, and then you guys can get it after that. So it's coming soon. And that is it. So enjoy your evening and find some time this week to get in your craft room